Hey guys, Bitcoin Owen here. I firmly believe that the best thing you could do with your savings is to buy Bitcoin. The only thing to do with your savings is to buy Bitcoin. And that's what people are slowly realizing right around the world, that the only place for your savings is Bitcoin. An investment advisor this morning in America, I think his name is Edelman or something like that, he manages $300 billion in America, and he advised clients that they should be investing up to anything up to 40% of their wealth in Bitcoin. 40%. That's what he advised, and it made headlines in this particular email anyway this morning that I got. I think it could have been Pompliano, but the Pomp's daily email. But that just goes to show how much Bitcoin is starting to advance, basically the advances made by Bitcoin, basically, and the way that people just cannot afford really to turn your back on Bitcoin like many people have done. Many well-respected people like Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan and Warren Buffett. He said it was rat poison squared at one stage there in the 2010s, maybe 7 or 8 years ago now. But that's the story anyway, guys. You need to buy Bitcoin basically, and Bitcoin you cannot afford to turn your back on Bitcoin, because if you don't have Bitcoin, you will be less well off basically than those who have Bitcoin. And it's not just any amount of Bitcoin, it's as much as you can afford. That's how it seems to me anyway. You should be investing as much as you can possibly afford. And some people say, oh, I can't make rent. Well, if you can't make rent, then you won't be investing, and you won't be able to afford any Bitcoin, I'd say. But even to understand Bitcoin, you need to own some Bitcoin basically. You need to have bought Bitcoin to understand it. When you have some skin in the game, it changes your perspective on Bitcoin. You start to wish it good instead of bad. When you don't have Bitcoin, you only want bad things to happen to Bitcoin. And you get disappointed when bad things don't happen to Bitcoin, and when the price continues to rise and you're not in. And basically, Bitcoin has finite supply. Basically, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. So buy Bitcoin, folks. Take self-custody and run a node if you want to understand Bitcoin.